my YouTubers and everyone in the world. Today is October the 11th. The time is now 12:15 p.m. guys. It's going to be a beautiful Friday all day. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and that notification bell so you guys can see more of me. And of course, guys, make sure to go get a copy of my books today. Both my books are available on Amazon right now. This is volume 1, A Day of Poetry, and this is volume 2, A Day to Remember, and volume 3 is on its way. So make sure to go get a copy of my books and show some love today. Now, moving forward, today's topic is going to be your ex has been exposed for the things that they have been doing, and they can no longer hide behind these things. Now, I know you guys are probably looking at the camera like, what is she talking about? And that's why we're going to expose your ex and let you guys know exactly what they're being exposed for and things that they can no longer hide behind. Now, the first thing that your ex is being exposed for in 2024, guys, that they no longer could hide behind is showing their true colors about how they feel towards other people. Now, I know that sometimes as we get older, we start to change about, how we feel about people in different situations, and we may have had things happen to us that makes us look at people differently. But we can also see it in a positive way, as in, this is one of the things that happened, but this is what I learned from it. But your ex is the person that has been causing a lot of problems in other people's lives, and because of that, that's why we are exposing them today. So they are being exposed for their true colors. Behind that mask, there's ugliness that's been shown to multiple people, and your ex has thought in their mind that they've been getting away with it because no one else has checked them on it. But the reality is they have now been exposed for who they truly are, and their ugliness can no longer hide behind that mask. So the nasty attitude, the maliciousness, the sneakiness, the being conniving type of personality is starting to come out of them, and it's starting to show more and more. Now, the second thing that your ex is being exposed for in 2024, guys, is hanging out with the wrong crowd. Now, maybe in the beginning of your relationship, you accepted your ex to hang out with certain people that you knew were probably no good. But now, your ex is hanging out with even more people that they know are stealing from others, that are setting other people up, that are always gossiping about people and doing all these nasty and mean things towards others. So now your ex is being exposed for the type of crowd that they're hanging out with, the type of people that they choose to interact with on a daily basis. It's starting to make everyone question who your ex is becoming, and what this holds for your ex's future. Because if your ex is going down a hole and they see that and they continue to dig that hole because they don't care, then guess what? The good friends that they probably had are going to start slowly distancing themselves because they see the change that's taking place. Your ex is just at a point where they just don't care who's around and who sees how they act, as long as they get away with it, which at some point that's going to come to an end. Now, the third thing that your ex is being exposed for in 2024, guys, that they can no longer hide behind, is having a negative mentality towards life. See, the thing is, they probably had a positive mentality while around certain people because they wanted to play along to get along. But the reality is that more of that negative mentality is starting to show, because it's hard for them to put on that mask and conceal who they really are. So if they're not a good person, they're going to be exposed for that now, because it's hard for them to walk around and act like everything's good when it's not. It's hard for them to sit there and play pretend when, the real them wants to come out and say, hey, this is who I am and this is how I feel and this is what it's going to be. So now more of that negative mentality and that negative attitude is coming out of them because it's hard for them to conceal, that mask, you know? And honestly speaking, I feel like another reason why more of the negative side of your ex is starting to come out It's because they're just at a point where they don't care what people think anymore. If you stay, you stay, and you accept it and you tolerate it. And if you leave, then they just like, okay, whatever, because in their mind, they believe that they can get you back at any time. But then once you actually do leave and you say, okay, I've had enough of that, I'm not tolerating it, I'm not dealing with it, then guess what? It wakes them up. But by the time they wake up, it's too late. And some people never wake up. They just go on to the next person and they continue to live their lives that way until they find themselves in their 40s and 50s and they're alone. Their child doesn't want to be around them. Their girlfriend that they had or their wife that they had done left. And there's reasons why these things take place. And a lot of it stems from how you treat other people and, the things that you do to other people. And sometimes people sit there and take it. If they don't love themselves, then they're going to sit there and they're going to take the abuse. If they do love themselves, then they're going to walk away and say, hey, I don't have to take that. Now, last but not least, on why I say your ex has been exposed in 2024 and they can no longer hide behind these things, is that the friends and family that were once supportive of your ex and came up with so many excuses for your ex's behavior and things of that nature is now at a point where they're not tolerating it anymore. They're not going to take up for that person and come up with excuses for that person's behavior. And the reason for this is because they know in real life it's not okay to mistreat people and then think that it's okay, or disrespect people and think that it's okay. So if they had friends and family that once looked out and showed love and was supportive and came up with excuses for their behavior, they stop that. Because what happens is your ex sees that, oh, okay, well, I can do this, and these people are taking up for me, friends and family. But then once you do it to them, your friends and your family, once you turn on them, and you will, then guess what? Now they starting to see like, whoa, this person is really changing for the worse, attitude wise, personality, the things that they doing have malicious intent. And people don't want to be around a person that they can't trust. I mean, if I can't trust you, why would I want to be in your presence when now I have to watch everything that you say and do because I'm waiting for you to try to call yourself snaking me? So that's why I say that friends and family are probably at a point where they're not even going to look out for, your ex anymore. Because guess what? If your ex is not a good person, they're not a good person to anyone because that's just who they have become. So I hope that this video opens your eyes to the things that your ex is going to be exposed for. And I hope that you realize that you're not missing out on anything. That's just the reality. And like I always say, guys, make sure to go get a copy of my books today, guys. They are available on Amazon right now. So go show some love. So until the next video, guys, peace.